And, you know, maybe we're saving the best for the last, metals. So, we have decorations. Now, metals are the super fun stuff when it comes to being a CEO or someone in charge of doing that. So we can say, you know, blue metal open, something hokey. Okay, and very much like designing a Corp logo, you just get a variety of clip art to work with. Some of it's actually quite nice, but as you can see, the choices still are limited. So it's just a matter of how you choose to layer things. And then you get a slightly different set of swatches. And in this case, the swatches are pretty consistent. They're just all flat colors. So let's keep this fairly light. And then here you start to see, okay, there are individual sort of patterns and things you can do. So this is probably, it's like some of the most fun you can have as far as just futzing around with individual clip art designs and things. As you can see, all of these rows are effectively identical, but they layer on top of each other. And if you change the colors, you can see that they're actually affecting individual parts. So you do have a fair bit of control here, even though it all looks the same at first blush. And you have actually quite a fair selection of metal types. Let's go, let's see, silver, let's start there. All basic metallic colors. And again, this is all stacking things on top of each other, just as the Corp logo was. So you just start choosing things based on size. That was not bad. This is the kind of thing that, you know, if they were to improve, you know, some of the assets in this game, this would create quite a lot of content for people to make new metals. So, you know, it's definitely a feature request worth pursuing, I think. But again, we sort of have the same selection. This is the longest list, and there's no slider, so you just have to keep clicking through it. Let's see here. Let's make this one stand out a little bit more. Star's good. 3 stars. 5 stars are nice. And yeah, you have no ability to scale or modify things. It's all just clip art stacking on top of each other. Alright, so let's leave it at that. And play OK. So your wallet only contains 0 ISK, but you require 5 million. Metals are not cheap, but fortunately it gives us the option to do that. So I want to change my division to master wallets. And resubmit. Boop. And there we go. And this takes a minute, takes a little bit longer to populate, especially on the test server, because it's pulling together all these assets in. But anyway, that'll pop up. And it's also worth mentioning that at this time, once you create a metal, it's permanent. You will never be able to delete this metal. You know, maybe in the future, but certainly for the last, you know, however many years this feature has been available, these metals are always there. If you look at the full decorations list for Eve University, you'll see some examples relating to that. But you know, the warning here is that if you have a typo, that metal will always stay in your Corp history with that typo. So, you know, be sure what you're doing. If you have recipients here, you'll see that. In this menu, you can't actually award it. You have to go to a different one. I want to right-click and award decoration. That person can have that decoration. And costs 5 million to create it, costs 5 million each time you award it. And you've received a medal. That's wonderful. There's your little text blurb there. And back to here. Now we have our recipients. And that allows us to pull up the person. Let's see, there it is. So this is actually quite nice. If you spend time looking at a lot of players and a lot of their decorations, and actually start to really look at kind of the way medals are used in the game, it's actually, I think, one of the most interesting parts of Corp management is being really creative with medals, and just sort of seeing what people like to acknowledge in the game. And certainly the coveted uni ones are great. Now we're getting into CC time. Okay, so we are at about the 2-hour mark. That is the majority of what we need to cover.